on the panel, but whose work is just amazing. And I've had, the opportunity to travel with and go to conference with, hosted by World Vasectomy Day and No Scalpel Vasectomy International and Doug Stein. And it's just, I'm humbled and inspired to be here. And I think that this is just a wonderful way to honor the work that everyone is doing and the global efforts of our vasectomy work and International Women's Day. So thank you all. I, like several of you spoke before, when I went into medicine, I became a family doc or a family physician, which there's different words for this in different countries. And in some places it's sort of just an obvious choice when you go into medicine to be a generalist or someone who takes care of the family. Where I grew up in the academic urban northeast of the United States, many people have not heard of a family physician or family doc and have no idea what there is. We're so used to being sort of specialist oriented and having people do, somebody for this part of your body and somebody for this part of your body. So I went into medicine and found the specialty of of family medicine and became a family doctor. And the job of a family doctor is to take care of all of the basic primary care and preventive needs of the entire family, from birth till death, all genders. And so I went into this training and then sort of got pissed off that, just to be frank, that birth control and family planning and sexual health were not something that was automatically provided to everybody who needed it. And sort of I approached feeling like I needed to work to get trained to be an expert in family planning services to help integrate more family planning services into the primary care setting. I approached that from a sort of feminist activist lens, thinking in order for me to do this community health, basic healthcare need for people, I need to have extra training to be a specialist, to be able to do abortion cares and basic procedures and things right there in the community health centers and offices that serve people who have not access to the specialist for this part of their body. And then was sort of in the midst or sort of in the middle of that journey, relatively early in my training, where I thought, but I'm also a family doctor and I also take care of men and people with men parts. And not only is family planning not something that's sort of automatically there that, 98% of people need at some point in their life, but why are we not doing vasectomies? I knew enough to know that vasectomies existed. I didn't know how amazingly awesome and easy they were. They're not that easy, Ms. Brenda, but how convenient it is. And when I figured this out and the efforts that I needed to go through in order to get trained to do vasectomies, I got to work with Michelle Lebrec in Quebec City and Doug Stein in Florida, and traveled all around the world. And it sort of just became clear that within this sort of underserved area of primary care that was family planning, abortion care, reproductive health care, there was an even more underserved area, which was involving men in that. And so because I got to work with these these global experts and got taught from the best who had learned from the best, I feel really that I have what I'm hoping will become less of a unique talent, and so that's why, even though I continue to do general primary care community based work, I've now decided, since I've moved back to Boston in the northeast of Massachusetts, that I've started my own small practice, in the same sort of vein as of Doug Stein's practice and some of other and Nick Demajuk's, to sort of just make it very, very easy and convenient to get vasectomies. And then I'm also very proud to be taking trainees in with me and helping the next generation of people also be able to make that journey and promote that. So that's why I chose vasectomy. A story. It's very interesting. There's a story that I tell a lot of patients who come in, and I find it humorous, but I also think it's a very telling about a lot of different aspects of providing vasectomy care. But early on, when I first brought vasectomy services to the community health center residency program where I was working in New York City. I had a couple who was referred to me, and it was like they came in together, a husband and a wife, and the husband like came in was saying like, it's my turn. Like I am here because my wife, we wanted two kids. My wife got pregnant with a third. We decided to continue the pregnancy. The first two pregnancies had been like not so much of a problem, but the last one, she was in labor for 36 hours, and then ended up with a C-section, and then she had a scar or dehiscence of the C. I mean, it was one thing after another. He's like, so it's my turn, and he was this like, I'm doing this for our family, for us. Like it's not fair that she's had to do so much. Like it's my turn, and they come into the office together, and she's holding the little baby, and he gets on the table, and we were laughing and having a great time the whole story. And he was one of these patients who he didn't even feel the anesthetic go in. Like I I used this 30 gauge needle, and he didn't feel anything the whole time. And the procedure was over, and he had one of these, oh, that was it. It's over. You started. And his wife leaned over and slugged him in the arm. She punched him so hard, said, "You could have felt one fraction of one contraction that I had to go through." And he laughed about it. It was all in good. It was all in good humor. But I think that just tells so much of the journeys that people go to. And even though we're doing this, and part of the reason is to make it fair, or to promote it, that even in that world it's like we can do this pain-free thing for guys, and isn't that nice? Isn't that nice?